Solar water pumping. Certainly OfflineSolar has done hundreds of systems over our years from all, and basically I was going to say from in the small scale. And the small scale water pumping solar applications that we've covered have included both submersible applications, wells, ponds and lakes and cisterns, but typically our experience covers the range from fractional horsepower, under a horsepower, very small systems, on up to 5 horsepower, medium, systems. Those are pretty good. 5 horsepower system is relatively large, verging on a small ag type application. The technologies that we have experienced or used range from small permanent magnet surface pumps to, in extreme case, very sophisticated electronic submersible pumps, variety of manufacturers. I can say in general that we've had a couple of very reliable pumps in the industry. At the small end, we can talk about the diaphragm pumps, which are applicable for small systems. They do have some maintenance requirements, but they've been given good cost-effective service, and they're very efficient. I'm thinking specifically of the SureFlow pump or the Solar Jack small diaphragm pumps. They've been good performers given their limitations. I won't go into too much detail, but the smaller pumps do have more service requirements than some of the larger pumps. Just different applications. Domestic water being the number one application. Fairly simple. Again, these simple systems oftentimes will use a pump directly out of the well. In some applications, this will be a standard pressure system using a 240 volt pumping system, a power system. In other applications, we'll use a proprietary pump and a holding tank, and then use a pressurizing system. Many variations. Again, these are very customer specific, and we really do take an interest in designing the water system around the customer's needs and maintaining the maximum efficiency and trying to keep the cost and design as good as it can. Currently, we've been experiencing with what I would call larger pump systems. This would be the range from 1 to 5 horsepower. These are exciting to me, this approach, and this is one of only several approaches, but what's exciting to me about this approach is it uses standard off-the-shelf AC submersible pumps, Grundfos, any number of brands that are familiar and used in the pumping trade every day by standard pump companies. These pumps typically have been operated at 240, 120 volts AC. What is new to me and what excites me is we have solar panel technology and solar inverters that now allow us to operate these off-the-shelf pumps with standard 230 three-phase electricity. Using standard pumps in this way allows us to operate or work with established pump professionals doing what they know how to do, which is set from a 1 to 5 horsepower pump, set it at the set it at the depth where it needs to be set by professionals who know how to do that work. Understand that handling hundreds and hundreds of heavy steel pipe and stuff at the end of a boom is not what Offline does, but it is what every average pump professional does. So we work with them to get the pump installed, and then what we offer as a partner is to supply the power for that pump using our technology. Our Offline design system would provide whatever level of power. Typically on these larger installations, it will be a 3-phase proprietary inverter. Particularly, there's 1 or 2 companies I'm thinking of particularly that make these inverters. Offline is a distributor for these inverters. So with our design capability, putting the panels with the inverter, we can come up with a power supply for, again, any standard pump, basically any 3-wire pump from 1 to 5 horsepower. And of course, the point here is that we're using standard pump technology Service on the pump will be done by the pump professional. If there's an issue with the power, we'll handle that, but we have very clear areas of responsibility. The pump man isn't asked to adopt new products or exotic solar products that he's not familiar with. There's a high level of comfort here. We don't work with every customer in this way. I mean, some customers, we may actually, in a small system, actually do the whole pump system. That depends on the size of the pump and whether the code is involved or not. So we're flexible on this, but we want to be able to offer the widest range of options for the customer, and that's what I think OfflineSolar can do.